Hello, this is Killutch, and I'm going to be talking about PlayStation 4 versus Xbox One. The first point I would like to make is PlayStation 4 price is $100 US dollars less than the Xbox One. This is a huge selling point. This is a big deal. That is definitely one thing you want to put when you're factoring which device you're going to end up buying, either the PlayStation 4 or the Xbox One. Exclusives is also something you want to be thinking about. As a dedicated Call of Duty player, this isn't a huge driving force on which console that I buy, but something that you do want to keep in mind. For the PlayStation 4, it looks better. It looks a lot better than the Xbox One, at least to me. This is an opinion-based bullet point. But to me, the Xbox looks like a VCR type look, and the PlayStation 4 looks like, you know, a next generation device. Another positive thing for the PlayStation in this PlayStation 4 versus Xbox One video is it's slightly more powerful. I do have to say, though, I own a PS3, I don't own an Xbox 360, and the PlayStation's processor was better than the Xbox 360. I feel like I didn't get much out of that slight power boost, and I feel like that would probably be the case in this next generation as well. Now I'm going to be going on the Xbox One for this PlayStation 4 versus Xbox One video. Maps early for Call of Duty. This is a decently big deal for people who play a lot of Call of Duty, and that's the main game they're focused on. Another thing is Xbox One at the beginning declared that they are going to have 300,000 servers available on day one, which is huge. With Call of Duty, it's been announced that there will be dedicated servers, but it's going to be a hybrid between dedicated servers and what do they call it, listening servers, or I don't know, the old system, which is basically a peer-to-peer type system where you're communicating with a console that's hosting the game, which is a negative thing. The best experiences that I've ever had in Call of Duty as far as hit reg and you know, hit detection, lack of lag, and whatnot was in Call of Duty 4. They had dedicated servers on the PC. This is to date still my best experience as far as connection-wise, so I think moving into dedicated servers is a really good idea. PlayStation 4 not announcing that there was going to be dedicated servers for Call of Duty till a while, and not telling you how many there are is a little scary. So with Xbox One, you know you're getting a lot of dedicated servers. That's a guaranteed thing. So, I mean, that's good. With the PlayStation 4, you're not sure what you're getting. So that's definitely a point for Xbox. The next point that I want to address on this PlayStation 4 versus Xbox video, another point towards Xbox, this is HDMI encryption, or the lack thereof. Xbox One doesn't have this encryption, which means you can record video, you can record gameplay from your Xbox very easily. The PlayStation 4, they have said that there will be an HDMI encryption, and unlike the previous console, they don't give you the option of component cables, which means you need a third-party piece of equipment, or maybe new capture cards will end up starting to come with this, but you need a third-party piece of equipment that strips it of its encryption. From what I've seen online, it looks like the device that I was looking at would be $250. So this then makes the Xbox, for me, $150 cheaper than the PlayStation 4. But this is something you should think of if you plan on ever making YouTube videos, or if you play in game battles or competitive and you need proof that you won a game, which is vital in that community. You'll definitely want to take this into consideration because this could add upon your cost. Another thing is they both have the ability to record gameplay, but both are very short clips, so I don't see that as a viable option or something to replace capture cards at the moment. Also, the last point I want to make in this PlayStation 4 versus Xbox One video is the controller. I own a PlayStation 3, I don't own an Xbox, and even being used to the PlayStation 3's controller, playing PlayStation almost every single day. I still don't like the controller much. The sides are hard to hold on to. It's small. It feels like it's made for little girls' hands. I do like how the Xbox controller feels. I haven't played with the Xbox a whole lot, but the little that I have, I do like that. For me, the clear choice is Xbox One. For other people, this is going to be different. Don't listen to what everybody else tells you. Make your own decision, unless these people are friends, because playing with friends would be a deciding factor for me as well. My friends seem to be split between the two, so I'm going with the one that I like the most. Leave a like if you like this video, and I will catch you guys later.